Yo, this is how we starting off 2026. Y'all gonna start off 2026 with a RICO. This what we doing? Yo, what? Oh my God, we got a RICO, bro. A RICO? Jeez, man. What is going on right now? This is not a drill. Bro, this man, that's like their third class action lawsuit under Stake. What the hell did they do with Stake? What is Stake doing? What's going on over there in Australia? Don't tell me they got scammers out in Australia. What's good, Tiff? Yeah, make sure y'all smash a like. Smash a like. Let me pin that real quick, bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. We locked in. I'm just trying to understand everything around this, man. I'm just trying to understand everything around this. This is ridiculous. Drake's bot thing backfired big time. But here's the funny part. It's all, imagine all the people that are saying, okay, hold on. Let me not rush into this. Okay? Yo, Happy New Year, man. Yo, Flex Mob, Shadow Mob, Happy New Year. What's good? How y'all feeling? Everyone feeling good out there? Everyone feeling all right? Everyone had a good New Year's? Yo. Listen, like I said, for 2026, we're going to keep our heads high. All right, we're going to keep our heads high for 2026. 2026 is going to be fruitful. Never forget that I said that. Funny enough, 2026 is going to start moving like 2016. But that's a whole other conversation for another day. I'll just let that fly real quick. We now know why Anita Maxwin left Australia so suddenly. Really? Okay, let me not waste any more time. Let me just go ahead and get started with this one, all right? Let me go ahead and get started, man. Let's lock in. What's good, Connor? How you feeling, bro? Happy New Year's again. All right. Like I said, hope everyone's doing good. Let me not waste any more time. Let's lock in with this bad boy right here. So, let me hit this record button. You ain't seen me in a year, y'all. That's crazy, man. For real. It really been a year since y'all seen me. Now that I'm thinking about it, like it's really been a year. That's wild. Anyway. So, as you can see, we got Jay Nolan in front of us today. We got a hefty video. Breaking news, okay? Apparently, Adin Ross, Drake, you can throw academics in there too, but Stake as well, have been hit with a class action lawsuit. Their third class action lawsuit, man. What is going on? And it's about gambling. It's about botting. It's about tipping, apparently. Look, I'm just so confused. So let's go ahead and dive into the video so we can figure it out. Oh, we got something to read. Got a theory. So Youngboy took Kai girl for Drake because Kai called Iceman trash, and also after Drake sent Guy to tell Kai not to say that about Iceman, Kai refused, then brought LeBron on stream. What's good, Alice? We got Alice Davis with a subscription. I appreciate you. Thank you for your sub. That's love. I love it. Thank you. So let's go ahead and lock in. Let's get started. Y'all do know how I start this. For the people that don't, yo, lock in with us. Yo, you, right here in the small box, Welcome back to Flex Mob Reactions, only on the Flex Mob Network. I'm Flex. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, it's not looking good. All right? I don't want to waste any more time. We got a lengthy video that we're going to have to get through. It's about 37 minutes. Y'all know me. If I talk too much, I'm probably going to double the length in the video. It's going to be over an hour, so let's just dive in. I want to hear what's going on. I want to see what's going on. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think about the reaction. Hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop my videos or when I'm live, like right now. And let's go ahead and lock in with this one right here. All right? Let's make it happen. Talk to us, man. We need to know what's going on.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Happy New Year to everyone out there, man. And as much as things may have changed coming into this new one for you, the more things stay the same. We have another lawsuit coming out against Drake and Steak, and it was literally just filed yesterday. So we're going to go through the filing, but what I'm seeing online is more allegations of Drake botting, more allegations of Drake actually using tips, using money made from Steak to funnel into artificial streams. Again, these are allegations.
If I'm correct, when it comes to tipping on Steak, you can't track it. That's something a little birdie has told me. I heard when you're getting tips out of that, you can't track the tips. Especially on stream as well, if I'm correct. So, Steak, yeah, but streaming, when you get tipped, it's not tracked either. So, that's crazy.
They have to be proven, but this was not the first time that Drake has been accused of botting.
Wait, hold on a second. One Dance had 4 billion streams? What?
This ain't the first time he's been accused of doing fraudulent streams. The very same thing that he was accusing Kendrick and UMG of doing. We now have those same accusations going in his direction. We're going to get to the paperwork as we always do. Of course, this is with Drake, Steak, and Adin Ross. We're not going to get into the other Adin Ross matters at this time. We're going to do a separate video for Glasses Malone and his response to Adin Ross after Doechie's new song came out and everything that unfolded in that space. Want to keep everything succinct, so we'll do separate videos. Unfortunately, I hate to even talk about them, but that's where we at. But let's get to this paperwork because we got to read through about 20 pages of this Steak shit. Now, this case here is filed as a RICO. I want to be clear. The demand is for $5 million or in excess of $5 million, but this is a RICO filing. Okay, this has been filed by Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines, Stake.us users within the United States. And remember, Stake.us is their American operations where they're being accused by multiple people. There are a bunch of lawsuits against Stake for basically using false promotion tools in order for them to, you know, kind of skirt the guidelines of running this casino in America, in states that don't even allow online gambling. All right. So, class action complaint. Plaintiffs Lashana Ridley and Tiffany Hines, by and through their attorneys, bring this action individually and on behalf of all others similarly situated. The class against defendant Sweepstakes Limited, Aubrey Drake Graham, Adin Ross, and George Gwynn. Now, George Gwynn, remember, that is the fucking Grand Wizard chat dude who runs with the DJ that don't spin. So now his name is involved in this shit. Okay?
Yo! That's that. Okay, hold on. That's that one dude, that Asian dude, running the Grand Wizard shit, but he be on some racist shit. Yo, dude is racist as hell. And academics is employing dude. Bro, you going to align yourself with a race? What the fuck is going on?
Which, to my knowledge, this is the first one that I've seen that includes him too. Now that's deep. Because it was already bad enough that he was an Asian motherfucker out here using the N-word online and using Grand Wizard chat nigga, you know what I'm saying, associating himself with Klansmen shit. and making a spoof of black culture.
What's good, Josh?
But it looks like he's also in on the money play with Stake. So I can see why it was so important that Drake played a role in recovering his account last year on IG.
I'm sorry. That is a disgusting look. That is a disgusting look. Yo, this dude Aubrey. You gonna align yourself with some... Yo!
Y'all remember when that happened? Collectively, defendants, plaintiffs make the following allegations upon information and belief, except those allegations as to the plaintiffs or their attorneys, which are based on personal knowledge. Nature of the action. This consumer class action seeks to stop Stake.us, an illegal online gambling platform promoted by Drake, Ross, and Gwen, and used by Drake, Ross, and Gwen to obscure transmissions of money in furtherance of their ongoing music botting campaigns. They get to the music botting campaign immediately on this. From continuing to prey upon consumers and to impose civil penalties on all defendants to deter future misconduct. Stake.us, a U.S. storefront for Stake.com, has been operating as one of the largest and most profitable illegal online casinos since at least 2022. Stake.us was created and marketed to U.S.
Hold on. Storefront for Stake.com has been operating as one of the largest and most profitable illegal online casinos since 2010. Excuse me? Wait. Run that back. Wait a minute.
On all defendants to deter future misconduct. Stake.us, a U.S. storefront for Stake.com, has been operating as one of the largest and most profitable illegal online casinos since at least 2022. Stake.us was created and marketed to U.S. customers as a social casino that purportedly does not permit real money gambling to bypass applicable United States federal and Commonwealth of Virginia gambling regulations. And I do believe this is set in Illinois. Am I correct? Anyway, attempting unsuccessfully to hide behind the facade of a safe and free gambling experience, Stake.us misrepresents itself to regulators and consumers. In reality, it operates as an illegal online casino. Stake.us offers nearly 2,000 casino games and permits players to place bets using specialized casino chips and to cash out their winnings. We've heard this verbiage before many times. Stake.us offers two types of virtual currency, gold coins and Stake Cash. Gold coins have no monetary value and cannot be converted into real money. We've gone over this numerous times as well. However, Stake Cash, which is the real prize, can be redeemed for cryptocurrency or digital gift cards at a rate of 1 Stake Cash to 1 United States dollar, meaning that it has the value of $1. Okay? Each Stake Cash coin. Stake.us bundles every purchase of gold coins with Stake Cash. Thus, when a player purchases gold coins to engage in casino games, they are also purchasing Stake Cash, which is an affront. If a player is lucky and wins, they can cash out their Stake Cash for cryptocurrency.
Hey, Connor, I do not know. Let's get that out of the way. I do not know.
But if a player loses their Stake Cash and wishes to continue gambling, they must buy more worthless gold coins, which will be bundled with more Stake Cash, which once again, that is the real jewel, but they use the gold coins as a way of saying it's valueless, right? You're just purchasing more opportunities to play, right? On the front end, the gold coin is what they promote. The Stake Cash is what you're really playing for because it has a 1-to-1 value with a US dollar. Defendants Drake and Ross are paid by Stake to promote the platform. The two have engaged in live stream gambling, wagering large sums of money that was provided surreptitiously by Stake. In other words, though Drake and Ross purported to be gambling with their own Stake Cash, it was in fact provided to them by the house. All right, this is not the first time of the allegations of them playing with fake money. And remember, they've been accused of playing with fake money, to which Drake has actually fought back against the public and said, no, we are really playing for high stakes. We really playing for money out here. Through these and other promotions, Stake has bombarded consumers with advertisements appearing on social media platforms depicting its games as safe, legal, and fun. But these casino games are illegal in Virginia. Okay, so they're Virginia, which they mentioned Virginia and Commonwealth before, and throughout the United States, and have inflicted harm on consumers across the Commonwealth who have lost real money chasing gambling wins on the Stake platform. Defendants Drake, Ross, and Gwen have also made use of Stake, including through its U.S. storefront Stake.us, to directly transfer money between and among themselves using Stake's
Evolve. I forgot his name. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and find his name after this live. Basically, he's a content creator, and I watched that video like pre-COVID or around COVID or something like that. But man, I just love that. I love that clip.
tipping program.
good,
Out of all
Tiny?
the lawsuits, this is the first I've seen make reference to this
Nah, it's just a
tipping
crack-
program
it's just a
and
content
them
creator.
sending money to each other. An unlimited and wholly unregulated money transmitter that appears to exist outside the oversight of any financial regulator. Defendants have utilized Stake's tipping program to inter alia transfer gambling proceeds wagered through on the Stake platform. And remember, I believe there was a guy by the name of Julian who had sent Drake some money. Well, he sent it to Top 5 allegedly in crypto. Top 5 received it, sent it to Drake to use on Stake, and said, I will give you X amount of dollars in return in a certain amount of time. Y'all remember that? In addition, through Stake's tipping function, defendants have financed their combined artificial streaming to create fraudulent streams of Drake's music, fabricate popularity, disparage competitors and music label executives, distort recommendation algorithms, and distribute financing for all of the foregoing while concealing the flow of funds.
Yo!
At the heart of the scheme, Drake, acting directly and through willing and knowledgeable co-conspirators, has deployed automated bots and streaming farms to artificially inflate play counts of his music across major platforms such as Spotify. These inauthentic streams, injected via interstate digital pathways, were calibrated to mislead royalty and recommendation engines, manufacture popularity, distort playlists and charts, and divert both value and audience attention. In tandem, this manipulation has suppressed authentic artists and narrowed consumers' access to legitimate content by undermining the integrity of curated experiences.
If he loses this one, if he loses this RICO, this is a RICO. Ooh. For the people that don't know, y'all gotta remember, I'm out here in Canada. If you would have seen the Drake influence all over Toronto, you would think everybody's a super fan. Bro, if he loses these lawsuits, Toronto's gonna be in shambles. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Stake.us's user-to-user tipping and encrypted internal transfer mechanisms have fueled and enabled payments to bot operators and amplifiers to be hidden from public or regulatory view. One example of a publicly documented large...
What's gonna happen here? You would have to destroy the whole music industry here in Canada and rebuild it as something new and better. Because what we're working with right now is not working, but they're still using it as if it works. If he loses this, oh my gosh.
Value tip is a $100,000 tipping transfer between defendants Drake and Ross in 2023. In December 2024, Drake gave away large sums of money in partnership with Ross and Steak as part of his Drizmas giveaway. Y'all remember that? That was supposed to have been a big deal. These tips and many others like them cycled among defendants Drake, Ross, and Gwen, underwriting, botting, and paid engagement campaigns. Days before the filing of this complaint, defendant Drake gave defendant Ross a $220,000 car as a gift. And of course, a gift seems harmless until people can
evolve. Yeah, no, you're right. Problem is, there's a lot more people in Toronto that don't accept Kendrick. What's good, Ron?
What the gift is hiding, or what comes with the gift, 98%, or what's attached to it. Stake.us platform design, which masks counterparties and camouflages withdrawals as generic transactions, stymie scrutiny, and obstruct tracing of illicit proceeds, tipping proceeds, and other transfers on and from Stake.us, went directly or indirectly from defendant Drake to, through, or with the knowledge and assistance of defendant Ross, and on from there to defendant Gwen. Okay, so they're saying that Drake is sending money to Adin Ross, who's then sending it to the Asian guy, Gwen. Gwen served as a facilitator and operational broker, alternatively converting stake-based cryptocurrency to cash or receiving cash from stake-transferred cryptocurrency proceeds. And remember, George Gwen allegedly resides in Australia or somewhere around there. So he is out of the country. So it does make sense that if they're doing these kind of transactions in the US, since the money is not necessarily legit in the US, it makes sense that they would be doing crypto-based transactions, funneling it to someone out of the country who's in the proper jurisdiction to be handling actual stake money, and then transferring it into cash. From there, Gwen interfaced with bot vendors, supervised coordinated amplification strategies, and integrated paid clipping campaigns. Very interesting that they mentioned clipping, because George and the DJ That Don't Spin are affiliated with Kick and Stake's clipping company. And they serve as ambassadors of the clipping company. And the clipping company is where they take clips of these streams and they'll pay you to distribute those clips on social media, right? So when you see people going viral off of these streaming clips from different accounts across social media, and you just think that they're organically like popular, which they are popular, they have people viewing them, but they get extended reach from these clipping accounts that are paying people to make them more popular or seem more popular. They get into it here. The clipping campaigns were facilitated through the clipping service and affiliated networks on the X, formerly Twitter, Discord, and Kick platforms. Kick, in turn, is a betting platform financially underwritten by the founders of Stake. Public posts, chat logs, leaked communications, and other records document Gwen's direct handling of funds through multiple payment platforms, orchestration of narrative surges, Act TV, and amplification alongside and as an instrument of Drake and Ross. So this lawsuit here is kind of breaking down a lot of the online activity that we see from Drake, Adin Ross, and Act TV. And it's all being jumbled into the activity of Stake.us. Very interesting.
Yo, I'm sorry. I'm so dumbfounded right now just from what I'm hearing, because when you see how they actually work in front of you on social media, how this one assists the other, and it's a whole chain. It's a whole chain that's working and continuing to push this thing, which is Aubrey. Yo, Yo, it's one thing to read and hear about it, but when you see it, from when you see academics on Instagram, on his platform on Instagram, and then the Twitter, and then alongside all that, you got Chat Nigga, this Asian dude, and then Adin Ross is coming in with the assist on stream to pull in more people on Kick, so that they can have these customers come over to. Yo, what the fuck?
Tips in the class are Stake.us users who have been misled by Stake.us misrepresentations that Stake.us is a legal, harmless, and safe gaming site when it is in fact not legal, not harmless, and not safe. Stake.us preys on consumers in Virginia and nationwide who are lured into real money gambling, exposing consumers to substantial risk of gambling addictions and jeopardizing their and their families' financial well-being. Each of the plaintiffs was influenced to participate and to continue to participate after their initial participation on the Stake platform by the online promotional activities of defendant Drake as viewed by each of the plaintiffs. Plaintiffs have been further damaged by the false marketing manipulations and abuses of defendant Drake, who, by his own public announcements, has been paid some $100 million per year to promote Stake, as well as defendants Ross and Gwen, who have participated directly in the marketing of Stake.us, as documented in their many online posts across multiple platforms, advertising and endorsing Stake. Plaintiffs assert claims under the Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act and the Virginia Consumer Protection Act. Plaintiffs seek damages, treble damages under RICO, restitution and disgorgement, injunctive and declaratory relief, attorney's fees and costs, and all other relief deemed just and proper. This court has subject matter jurisdiction under 28 U.S.C. because the amount in controversy exceeds $5 million exclusive of interest and costs. Members of the class are citizens of states different from any defendant, and plaintiffs are citizens of the Commonwealth of Virginia. So this is a filed civil RICO asking for excess of $5 million. Okay. We kind of just read through this already. We don't need all this information restated. Let's get to the factual allegations.
Oh, shit.
But here you see defendant George Gwynn,
CR
Australian national residing in New South Wales. Okay. He's got companies such as Weekdays Capital, and Clipping, and Grand Wizard. Just to make sure we're all on the same page and I'm not pulling this out my ass, it's in the paperwork too. Now let's get to the factual allegations.
Oh, sorry, Crate. Oh, I keep saying your name.
Stake.us has operated since at least 2022, one of the largest and most profitable illegal online gambling operations, while defendants Drake, Ross, and Gwen promote the illegal casino to consumers and enable recruitment of new American players. Stake.com is banned from operating in Virginia and indeed anywhere in the United States. Stake.us was created by Stake.com's founders to bypass such restrictions. Stake.us is almost identical to Stake.com, as both websites offer the same or substantially the same content, including online casino games such as slots, table games, and live dealer games. Additionally, both offer gold coins and Stake Cash. Once again, we're very familiar with all of this. Everybody that's come against these parties have mentioned all of the same. I'm going to see if I can find anything in here that can get deeper.
So you're meaning to tell me these mother got two websites that's doing this? And then, if you guys remember, when Drake was on stream with Adin, some caveman looking dude, and Party Next Door for some reason, and then you have the CEO of Stake come in, and then he's telling him to get the F back to work and bring more people to the website. And now I'm seeing that there's two websites. Man, I want to cuss so bad. I just want to cuss out this window right now, bro.
We're to the root of the botting and the other shit.
Yo, Nguyen is that's Grand Wizard chat nigga. So if you are familiar with Twitter, Grand Wizard chat nigga, that's the Nguyen dude that's running that page for academics.
Right? Because we already know what type of time Stake is allegedly on. We've read through at least 2 to 3 of lawsuits on them. All right, so in section B here, they get into the deceptive marketing and the role of Drake, Ross, and Gwen. So that's really what we want to focus on, right?
Deceptive marketing. Oh, come speak my language now. Come speak my language, okay? I'm ready for this part. Remember, if you don't know, I graduated for advertising and marketing and communications, all right? So I'm letting y'all know. This is my bag right here.
Right? So Stake.com originally created as online cryptocurrency casino that could be accessed, albeit unlawfully, by consumers in the United States by use of a VPN, obscuring the user's true locations. Stake.com's founders later developed Stake.us, an almost identical version of Stake.com to further entrench itself as an online casino platform in the U.S. Stake.us advertises that its social casino offers a safe and free gaming experience. This misleading statement deceives consumers into believing that they are participating in harmless gameplay, when in fact they are being lured into real money gambling. Drake, Ross, and Gwen have been zealous promoters of Stake. Drake has been paid by his own admission $100 million per year for his promotional services. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point it comes out that that figure might even be fake itself for additional promotion, to make it seem bigger than it is. But that's just a thought. Drake, Ross, and Gwen have further incentive to promote and mask the true nature and extent of their conduct on and around Stake. Since at least 2022, Drake and those acting under his discretion, including Ross and Gwen, have made use of Stake.com and Stake.us to covertly finance the orchestrated procurement of botting and streaming farm activities to artificially inflate the number of plays attributed to Drake's catalog across major digital streaming services such as Spotify. Stake.us facilitates this covert financing scheme through its user-to-user tipping and internal transfers that effectively obscure the identities of counterparties. Through these mechanisms, withdrawals are recorded merely as Stake transactions, concealing their true origins and recipients. These transactional features enable the concealment, covert routing, and disbursement of funds to bot operators, intermediaries, and amplifiers, integral to sustaining and expanding the artificial streaming and amplification operations.
This manipulative play is well known. A lot of people do this. But to use it at this level on something so open as not only social media, but you're mixing in the gambling, of course, but also when you think about it, the music. So when you think music today, you got to think about the younger generation now. Because this is the marketing play. For the younger generation, I don't know if a lot of people are noticing this, but a lot of kids, like pre-teens, not pre-preteens, sorry, 19 and up, 21 and up, a lot of them are gambling. And they're gambling aimlessly. They really don't know this ish. A lot of these kids really don't know this ish unless they're studying the sport, because even the sports has came down to numbers. Think about that. Now, I know it's a casino. Don't get it twisted. I know it's a casino. But my point where I'm going with this is to use that to say, with all these new people that are watching the stream, that are listening to the music, now they have a representation. They be listening to Drake's music while they gamble. That's a whole other time for another day. But with the stream, the music, and the gambling, and you put that all together in a package. If you remember when I talk about how you package an album, this is how they're packaging their marketing program. It's a nasty, corruptive, conditioned way to gain all these users on this one website so they can throw their money away to them, which in return, whoever's under them as a partner or like an employee like Aubrey, y'all are getting that payment technically. I will, like, when I remember that stream where the CEO stepped in and said, get the hell back to work and get more people, drive more people to the website, I looked at that as the fishy moment where it's like, what the since when, like, think about it, since when does a CEO show his face on somebody else's stream? The CEO, you're not even supposed to know who the CEO is half the time. But from that stream, you see the CEO's face, and you see how he talk and everything. I'm just like, bro, you're supposed to be the mysterious one. We're not supposed to know who you are. And then here you are. From that moment, I'm like, nah, there's something wrong here. There's something wrong here. What's good, Brianne? My fault. I have not been looking at the chat. I apologize. But I'm just trying to understand this. This is crazy. Hey, GTV Network, what's good, bro? What's good? What's popping? This is nasty for real.
Now, I want to take a quick little break here and say, notice that everybody that Drake has sat down with as a streamer has only been in the interest of gambling on stake.
Mm-hmm.
He just did a holiday stream with Ben the Don, the black comedian, who they got on fucking Kick, gambled on stake. He gifted him a car as well. Right? He does about 3 or 4 streams a year with Adin Ross. People are still wondering why he won't sit down with the DJ.
Hold on, what's going on here? Yo, Shaq, thank you for your subscription, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome to the mob.
Don't spend, even though he be doing the most tricks on it. But partially to his credit, he doesn't get on his stream and gamble on stake all day. So Drake is like, shit, I'll talk to you. I'll see you when I see you. But I ain't giving you no fucking interview. I got other people that are of use to me that I can make money with. I ain't really getting nothing up off you. You just got a bunch of fucking niggas in the chat. We over here, when I chat with Adin Ross and Ben the Don and these other niggas, it's a financial move as well as a promotional tactic.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Ben the Don got to get away from him. I know he wants his bag too. That's why they linking. That's why they cool. He won't in on the scheme. Ben the Don, get away from him, bro. Get away from him. Because right now, with the way this RICO is looking right now, and mind you, this is the third one. There's 3 RICOs. This is the third one. All right? This is how we starting off 2026 with a RICO. It dropped yesterday. Now we know about it today. This is how we start in 2026. We were supposed to start it with Kendrick and the snippet. Now we here. This is crazy.
So that
what's good, quick?
Makes some of this stuff seem a little bit more plausible to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway, artificially inflate the number of plays attributed to his catalog across major digital streaming services such as Spotify.
Oh my God.
Tipping and internal transfers that effectively obscure the identities of counterparties. Through these mechanisms, withdrawals are recorded merely as stake transactions, concealing their true origins and recipients. These transactional features enable the concealment, covert routing, and disbursement of funds to bot operators, intermediaries, and I just read that. All right. For these reasons, among others, Drake and Ross maintain a monetized and closely intertwined relationship with Stake.us. Drake and Ross have exchanged high dollar amount, U.S. currency transaction report thresholds, tips during live streams, including a widely publicized 6-figure transaction. These live streams are also used to promote Stake and push its gambling services onto Drake and Ross's millions of online followers. Specifically, one Kick live stream captured exchange of a $100,000 tip among Drake and Ross via Stake, with another instance evidencing a $10,000 tip.
What?
Additional stream recordings reiterated substantial.
You getting whoa, you're getting tipped that much on Kick? exchange. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. One Kick live stream captured an exchange of $100,000 tip amongst Drake and Ross via stake, with another instance evidencing a $10,000 tip on Kick. What the fuck? What?
Exchanges between Drake and Ross routed through stake, with ongoing streams of funds on information and belief, totaling in the millions of dollars, amounts which, upon information and belief, have underwritten continued botting and amplification efforts. Just days before this complaint was filed, defendant Drake gifted a $220,000 card to defendant Ross. And I believe Adin Ross is, a shareholder of some sort in Kick, where they do the live streams. You know what I'm saying? So when people want to go over to Kick, they want to give up their Twitch channel and start streaming on Kick, he can facilitate that and do the deals and stuff like that, or at least put them in motion. Payments between Ross and Drake extended beyond direct exchanges. Public records and leaked communications reveal intermediary transfers to bot vendors and logistics facilitators, including Gwen. How they tracking this? I have no fucking idea, but they on y'all ass. A known recipient of payments linked to clipping and amplification campaigns. Portions of funds transmitted through stakes tipping and internal transfers passed through to bot vendors and amplification intermediaries to perpetuate and scale manipulation activities. Gwen, known in online forums as Grand Wizard Chat Nigga, or Grand Wizard CN, function and appears to continue to function as a broker and operational facilitator for these schemes. He is publicly connected to Weekdays Capital and the clipping service, which orchestrated paid clipping campaigns intrinsically tied to streaming numbers and influencer content, including campaigns involving Drake and Ross. Gwen actively promoted and participated in the clipping Discord server and received direct payments both from clipping administrators and separately from other co-conspirators. Gwen's public posts include corroboration by Ross, who on stream declared, "I'm friends with Grand Wizard, that's my dog," while tagging Drake's account. Drake has bet large sums on Stake and live streamed the event, further promoting Stake to his millions of followers. Stake.us publicly stated that Drake has been a longtime member of the Stake community, and ultimately a partnership was formed in which a new gaming experience will allow users to have a chance to win big alongside Drake. This type of giveaway will be on a magnitude unseen before.
Wait, run that back.
Publicly stated that Drake has been a longtime member of the Stake community, and ultimately a partnership was formed in which a new gaming experience will allow users to have a chance to win big alongside Drake.
You see what I was talking about earlier? The persona. With the music comes a persona, and with the persona, when you go to social media, that's a influencer technically. So the face, the name, the picture, not necessarily saying that there's leadership here, but people are following this. They're following this character. They're following this idea. So now that I hear have a chance to win big alongside Drake, this type of giveaway will be on a magnitude unforeseen before. Now you're flocking in all the kids that they've been promoting to. So that's why the music switched. The music switched to promote to the kids. And when you promote to the kids, you're pulling the kids over to gamble. Yo! That is fuck! Yo! Oh my God! And I just finished Stranger Things with friggin' Vecna using the kids to gain more power so he can save people. Nigga! Oh my God! Yo! This is fucked! Yo! What is happening?
This type of giveaway will be on a magnitude unseen before. Drake's journey from a player to a partner is documented on Stake's web properties, while Drake's social media accounts identify his partnership with Stake. In our last lawsuit reading, they actually had screenshots of all of this. During live streamed events, Drake and Ross have made large bets on Stake using house money provided by Stake. This conduct simply encourages and influences the large fan base of Drake and Ross to make similarly large and or unwise bets, yet using Stake cash they purchased themselves. Okay? So Drake and Adin Ross, who are perceived as already having wealth, and they're getting on Kick and gambling freely, right? Because we got big money, we got money to blow, let's do it, right?
Yeah, and with that idea, you're bringing in kids that are not familiar with this space, so they're just gonna start throwing money. They start throwing money, and then they come to realize they turn into an addict, and they lose their foot. Yo, these therapists are about to be working overtime in the next couple years. You about to have a large influx of gambling addicts pull up to your office. They might send an email. They might DM you on Instagram or one of your social media platforms. Y'all about to get work. If you are in school to be a therapist, lock in. Lock in. Listen, if you're taking some sort of psychology class, of anything, of any kind, lock in. You about to graduate and make money. You about to graduate and get a bag. Oh my God. Oh my God.
On the back end, the money that they're playing with on Stake is being funded by the company. But the fans of these guys want to be like them. So now they're signing up on Kick and saying, shit, I may not have as much money as Drake and Adin, but shit, if I got an extra 3,000-4,000, fuck it, we ball. Which is dumb within itself. You know, I can't absolve people of putting up their own money, whether it be hard earned or otherwise, and continually losing. Of course, we know that gambling does facilitate addiction, but they have to have some accountability for their own actions. But they're attempting to hold Drake, Grand Wizard, and Adin accountable for their part in promoting it, in making it widespread, in making it a fun experience versus something that should take some real thought. Like, is this something I should be doing versus making impulsive decisions? And then Stake is being held accountable for making it accessible in the U.S. when it shouldn't be, under the guise of a social casino, when you're really playing for real money. But they disguise it, right? So that's where all parties are linked in here. All right? So again, consumer harms, we know all about this stuff. I am skipping a few pages here. So we get into additional use of financial institutions. In executing and concealing the scheme, the enterprise utilized domestic and foreign financial institutions and processors to obtain, move, and disguise funds by means of materially false pretenses and omissions regarding the nature and purpose of transactions. So they're calling this like a international operation, right? Because the money is being concealed in the U.S., sent to foreign areas, and then it's being funneled back into disguise, whether it be the transactions, whether it be the streams, whether it be the gifts, all of that different shit, right? The predicate acts were related in purpose, results, participants, victims, and methods, were repeated across releases, campaigns, and accounting periods, and present a threat of continued racketeering activity. The enterprise functioned as a continuing unit since at least 2022. Class action allegations. Plaintiffs bring this action individually and on behalf of a class of similarly situated individuals pursuant to Rule 23 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Okay, so they get into more of the same. Just trying to be quick here because, again, we're aware of this operation that Stake is running with Drake. Just trying to get to the activity in which he's being directly implicated. All right, so count one, violation of RICO 18 U.S.C., participation in an unlawful enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity against all defendants. Plaintiffs reallege the preceding paragraphs. Defendants associated together with others known and unknown to form an association, in fact, enterprise within the meaning of 18 U.S.C. with a common purpose to operate and facilitate an illegal online gambling platform. Each defendant conducted or participated directly or indirectly in the enterprise's affairs through a pattern of racketeering activity affecting interstate and foreign commerce, including leveraging Stake.US's unlawful gambling-related operations as a conduit within the last 10 years, as reflected in public enforcement and consumer actions to facilitate and conceal the scheme in violation of 18 U.S. Code 1955 and to establish continuity of racketeering conduct. The predicate acts are related in purpose, results, participants, victims, and methods, and amount to continued criminal activity across multiple years and release cycles, posing a threat of continued racketeering activity as a direct and proximate result of defendants' violations of 18 U.S. Code 1962C. Plaintiffs and the class suffered injury to business or property, including the loss of benefit of their bargain and loss of money and or property. Count two, RICO conspiracy. Defendants knowingly agreed and conspired that one or more of them would conduct or participate in the enterprise affairs through a pattern of racketeering activity. Overt acts in furtherance include dissemination of coordinated narratives and the routing and concealment of payments via Stake.US, tipping, and internal transfers. Plaintiffs and the class suffered injury by reason of defendants' 1962D violation and seek treble damages, costs, and fees under 18 U.S.C. 1964C.
Yo, what's good, Lightwalker? My dog coming saying Batman. Yeah, bro. You know what's funny? You said that, and I immediately think of Haha Davis. Batman, yeah, that's me.
Count three, Virginia Consumer Protection Act. Plaintiffs reallege the preceding paragraphs. Defendants engaged in deceptive and misleading acts and practices in connection with consumer transactions affecting Virginia residents, including by misrepresenting the stake platform as a safe, harmless, and legal platform when it in fact constitutes an illegal gambling platform. Defendants' conduct constitutes misrepresentations and omissions of material facts, false representation as to characteristics, standard, and qualities of the services consumed, and deception likely to mislead reasonable consumers in violation of the VCPA. Plaintiffs and the class suffered ascertainable losses as a result of defendants' violations, including overpayments and loss of the benefit of their bargain. Plaintiffs seek statutory damages, actual damages, treble damages where authorized for willful violations, injunctive relief, attorneys' fees, and costs. And once again, they're seeking damages in excess of $5 million for this lawsuit. Okay? They would like a jury trial. So we'll just have to see how this thing plays out. If it at some point is dismissed or if it actually proceeds to a trial. If it gets settled or otherwise. But I find it very interesting that they're directly accused.
Nah, they're probably gonna settle that. They don't want that to go to trial. They don't want to get a jury. They don't want none of that. They're gonna settle. They have to settle. If they want to maintain what they're doing, they gotta settle. If not, oh Lord.
Using Drake, Adin Ross, and George Gwynn, aka the chat nigga, aka the Asian culture vulture,
crazy,
of directly using tips and monies gained through stake and transactions funneled through stake to directly bot his music and inflate his numbers. So I wonder what type of evidence they have of that specifically, since it's in there very boldly, and they got to that claim almost immediately in the filing. All right. I'm quite sure Drake is not going to respond to this. He's going to continue to run this play until it's fully revealed or until he's possibly vindicated and says none of this happened, right? I have to acknowledge both possibilities. But again, we'll see how all of it plays out, all right? This is another $5 million lawsuit against Drake, Stake, Adin Ross, and a new defendant, as in George Gwynn. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace.
Yo, I don't even know where to begin right now. Just to be this exposed on paper, the scheme, when you like think about it, like, yo, it was kind of okay, let's break down Aubrey's music for a second. Because it just didn't make sense. Like, it was weird that all of a sudden, like, what he used to do with his music, he stopped doing that to make newer music and promote it to a younger generation. He, like, his target demographic, like his main target audience was the younger generation. That was weird. That was weird when the music switched to that. Everyone's thinking, oh, he's going to break into a new lane and then create an audience with his kids so that his music can live longer than what his older music did. That was the idea. So now I'm sitting here and we're looking and we went through the lawsuit. Bro, now you realize the music was only there to bring in a kid audience. And then whoever enlisted him and say, yo, come over to Stick. We got you. I'm here. Take this 100 mil. I know you need it. He's with Stake now. Now he's making the music for the younger generation. That's why he's linking with guys like Yeet. Okay? Because him and Yeet, Drake and Yeet don't make sense. Let's get that out the way. That doesn't make sense. That's not a good combination. You can force it and make a hit, but that's a whole other conversation for another day. This right here, this shit, to use your audience and then funnel them to Stake. And then here comes the assist. You got Adin Ross coming in with the assist. Oh my God. Y'all remember when I said the only reason why Adin Ross and Drake is together is because that is a contractual friendship? There it is. There it is. Bro, I made that. That was one of like my early videos when I really started doing the YouTube-ish. That was one of my early videos. And it just clicked in my head. The only reason why you see them together is that that's a contractual friendship. Now the contract got exposed. Oh my God. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. But like I said, with the assist, you got Adin Ross, and he's streaming. He has his own audience. So them to come together, you got audience with the music, and then the audience on stream. And Adin Ross is pushing the music on stream. So he's kind of getting the audience over here. They're coming over here now. Now that they're over here, and they're both with Stake, bro, that's more money with Stake. Now you have young gambling addicts running around on their phone, talking about they're in a casino right now, but never touched Las Vegas. Bro, now Stake is getting all the fruits of these two niggas' labor so that they can continue to make this. Yo, I'm losing my mind right now. I'm losing my friggin' mind right now. Holy crap. That's why the music. Sounds like that. That's why Iceman was like that. The Iceman stream brought in more people to like this thing. And then Aiden Ross is pushing it. Now here come Kai Cenat now saying I can't fake it. It's ass. Remember, Kai Cenat don't mess with that gambling ish. Remember what he told Kurt Franklin? He said he knew that this will bring about a lot of addicts. This is an addiction. And he just followed God and said, I did not want to take the deal. And it was like a 7-figure, 8-figure deal. Oh my God, I'm losing my shit. I'm losing my shit right now, bro. You better get them just on the phone. A contractual marriage is wicked. What's good, Lanita? Oh, shoot. Happy New Year, Lanita. It's been a minute. Good seeing you again. Bro, this is crazy. This is crazy. Holy shit, this is fucking crazy. Oh my God. Yo, just to get exposed, bro. Like, your whole operation is on Front Street. Like, this is crazy. Holy shit. Bro, now you can look at the antics and the actions in the past, and every single one of those moments where we said, that doesn't make sense. When you see this now, it makes sense. Yo, someone bring me a shot. Oh my God. Yo, I don't even know how to think right now. Just after hearing all that we heard from this video, shout out Jay Nolan, by the way. Let me just get that out of the way. Shout out Jay Nolan for this one. This was crazy. All right? We can't go to Absa no more, so we got to pull up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is insane. But like I said, I feel like they got to settle this. They got to settle it. They don't want this to come to light. They're going to settle it, and they're going to brush it away so no one's going to hear about this. To be honest, not a lot of people going to hear about this. Only people on YouTube that are subscribed to the different content creators, whether if it's Jay Nolan, whether if it's Chilling with Moni, whether if it's Absa. I feel like Quality probably going to do a reaction, maybe. I know Big Zoe is going to do a reaction to this. HHSB Crew already did his reaction. Shout out Crew. All right? He already did his reaction. By the way, that was for Play, bro. I was just kidding. Anyway, the amount of content creators that are all over YouTube in this hip-hop space that are doing their reactions to videos like this, whether they're watching a video or they're going to read through everything. The communities with those content creators are going to know about this. Outside these walls, when it goes to Twitter, remember, Twitter's a wasteland, sorry. Okay? So, when it hits Twitter, there's going to be a lot of people calling it cap, but they don't read the shit. So, you have Instagram, same thing on Instagram. There's a lot of people that's going to call it cap, but they're not going to read a single document. I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I really don't know what to tell y'all. This right here is... Look, I'm done. I'm done. I'm just going to go and work on the upload. Yeah, first one's on tip. Yeah, facts. Remember Drake said, I'm too famous. Get arrested on my hit. It's like, I'm dead. Tiana, what's good? Also... I don't know if we remember Academics, when Academics was getting pressed by the lawyers. Remember when Academics recorded the interrogation that he had with the female lawyers online, and he recorded it. And then after one of those lawyers went to Grand Wizard Chat Nigga and then was interrogating him. And then she was talking about the botting and the allegations around the botting and how they're assuming that they're running some sort of botting operation. Lanita, you didn't have to. Girl, hey, W Lanita in the chat, bruh. W Lanita in the chat. Thank you for your dono. I appreciate it. Thank girl. Let me go ahead and just like this real quick, cause I ain't gonna sit here and ignore this. This is a blessing right here. Lanita came through with a blessing. You understand me? Ain't no way. W Lanita with the $20. I appreciate you. Let me just go ahead and just tap that out real quick. Boom. Thank you for the support, for sure. W Lanita. But remember, I don't know if a lot of people remember that. I feel like I don't even know how to find that video, because I feel like academics is gonna brush that away. Like that's not gonna be easy to find. They had the convo, they had the interrogation, and then academics said Grand Wizard Chat nigga used a voice modulator to hide his voice so that the lawyer lady doesn't know his voice or something like that, so that he can remain as the mysterious dude. Well, your face is out there, dummy, you racist shit. All right, how the hell? What's going on in Australia? What's going on in Australia, bro? That's my big question. That's my big question. But I remember those little moments that we've had. Hold on. Let me read this message. I didn't even read the message yet. Do you work hard for your money? Oh my gosh. Thank you. I almost forgot to read the message. I apologize. But I remember all those little moments that we've had and we've witnessed over 2025. Mind you, this was all 2025, these little moments that we had. It's just that it's forgettable. You know, when that recency bias kicks in, you forget everything. You know, you only focus on everything in the moment. You only remember things in the moment. You don't remember things from like a couple months ago, a couple years ago. That's just what it is, right? But I remember all those moments. So I'm just like, damn, that's so wild. That's so wild. You remember that, Big Sis? What's good, Big Sis? How you feeling? You remember that? Good. Remember that. Because those little moments, if they bring this to court with a jury, they're going to bring up those little moments, all right? So don't forget that. So I guess this is how we're starting out 2026 then. You know what I'm saying? I guess this is how we kicking it off. Because this is insane. All of this is insane. This literally just blew my mind. Like, I'm just like, I'm dumbfounded. Like, I feel like a dummy right now. Like, I have no brain cells. Holy. Look. Let's get out of here, man. Man, we've already been here for an hour. Shout out Flex Mob. Shout out Shadow Mob. You remember that? I'm glad. Continue to remember that. I want more people to remember that. Because this right here is one great big mess. And for Drake's name to be ingrained in Toronto like that, if this takes him down, not saying that it will. Not saying that it will or anything like, because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. But if this goes down and they lose this, oh, dear God Almighty. Breaking news all over Toronto. You hear me? Breaking news in every single news station in Toronto. It'll be first on CP24 for the people around here that know. All right? It's going to go to CTV News. It's going to go to Global News. They still run they shit? Like, I don't really watch the news on. I don't even watch TV. But damn, like CBC News, like, oh my God, yo, this is crazy. Hey, appreciate it, J Tom, bro. Appreciate it for real. Shout out to the mob. Shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Shadow Mob for sure. You out for the night, girl? I'm out too. Have a great night. Take care. Look. Hey, we were just going, like, my intention for today was not even to go live. But as soon as I saw this, yo, shout out, was it Tiff that sent it? Shout out, Tiff. As soon as she sent this to the Discord and I saw it, I'm like, oh, no, we got to do something. We got to go live, man. We got to do it, bro. What the hell, man? What the hell? Take care, J Tom. I had to go live, so that's why you see me today, all right? So, for everybody here, first of all, Happy New Year. If you didn't hear me say it already, Happy New Year to everybody. Shout out to the Flex Mob. Shout out to the Shadow Mob. Shout out to the mods. I appreciate it. Shout out to Lanita for the dono. All right? That's love. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Understand me. Okay? Like I said, we're gonna go into this new year with our heads up. We're gonna elevate. We're gonna continue to get better, be better, and just be outstanding individuals, and just continue to grow and flourish into the wonderful individuals that we are. All right. So with that being said, this is gonna be the end of the stream. He whispered a shout out to Tiff. Yeah, I remember it, Josh. But yes, this is gonna be the end of the stream. So with that being said, we're gonna go out on a high note, and that high note. That high note is this right here. This that high note I was talking about. This that high note I was talking about. Okay? It might be a Thursday, but it's church day today. You understand me? Let me go ahead and just listen to the sound of blackness one more time. What's good, Dorothy? Happy New Year. Damn, it just don't want to agree with me. Come on, get to work. There you go. But yeah, listen, we're out of here. Y'all already know. 2026 is going to be amazing. Okay, we're going to continue to grow, elevate, be outstanding. Dream big. Work hard. And have fun, all right? You already know me. You already know what I'm finna say. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you. Live long and long live, y'all. Peace. Have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are in this world. I hope you just be with your family. Take care of yourself. And just remember to live, man. Peace. Happy New Year, neighbor. You serious?